Hello everyone! Today I wanted to talk about the M4 Sherman, America's poster child really of World War II. So we'll play a few games and I'll talk a little bit about its development, service history, and let's get right into it. Alrighty, so most of you have probably already heard about the M4 or know a bit about it, as it was the most popular American tank of World War II and arguably the most popular American tank of all time. And rightfully so, because this vehicle really was one of the most versatile and reliable pieces of armor that the United States had access to during the war effort. And the Sherman was the pretty much the final product or the desired product of the American medium tank project, where during the Blitzkrieg, in what is called the French campaign, and this will sound a bit repetitive if you've already watched the M3 Lee video I did last time. We're pretty much, after witnessing Panzer IIIs and IVs fight French and British armor, the American tank engineers pretty much knew the M2 wouldn't be able to stand on equal ground with the Panzer IIIs and IVs, so they wanted a larger armament and better armor medium tank to compete with the 3s and 4s. And what they ended up devising was they wanted a 75mm tank that had heavy armor for what was a medium tank at the time. And what they ended up making sort of as a placeholder was the M3 Lee, but the M3 Lee was the stepping stone for the ultimate goal, which was the M4 Sherman, a 75mm turreted tank with decently thick armor. Although the original M4 did run into some early issues, primarily because it was a casted hull where the driver and gunner port was extremely thin. It's like 32 or 40 millimeters thick. It's an extremely weak area on the original M4, but that was quickly patched with the M4A1, which came out with a welded hull where they didn't have these big oh. Did he see me? Ooh, where's this turret? Ooh! Now, while the M4 wasn't the strongest gun or the biggest armor, what it really had was its ease of modification, where it had a standard blueprint that you could change to suit your needs, whether in factory or in the field. And that's really evident because, if I recall correctly, the Sherman has like close to 30 standard factory productions, which is a very large amount. I gotta get out of this little rat spot. Let's go actually down and do something. After our team has dominated the entire game. Hi, little guy. You're just a sweet little guy. Oh. Oh, did he J out? No. All I did was shoot off his cannon. I knew he was going to keep sticking it out at me. No, 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 no. Oh. There we go.
I'm not finished with you!
What's he gonna do? That's a little AA gun. I'm pretty sure he can side pen me, but besides that, not much. The M2 also saw service in the United States military all the way until 1957, and it saw service worldwide until 2018. And I can't remember the last country to use it. And in War Thunder, in the American tech tree, we really have a lot of the Shermans. I'm pretty sure every single one except the A6. I think the Chinese have a version of the A6 in their tech tree. But the only difference between them, besides the A1 and the M4 having different type hulls, is really their engine. That's the only difference. To continue on with the original Sherman, the M4 and the A1, they had the Continental R975 radial engine, which was a decent engine for the Sherman. It was all right. It was gasoline powered, and it had a decent runtime, a work range between 65 and 143 work hours, which was pretty decent, where pretty much you could drive it for 65 to 145 hours straight before you needed to service it. Oh, I have a feeling he's gonna... Yep. I got that little goober. I knew that little gremlin was gonna peek me. Like a little prairie dog just peeking over the hole. The reliability of the Sherman really is what sold it, as it was something that could really be used for any situation, and they knew that the vast majority of these tanks would be able to competently complete their task. And what I mean by this is like, make it through certain terrain, make it a certain distance, because the warfare at the time was a huge war of attrition of, we need these things to last, we need these things to be efficient, we need these things to really make an impact in the war effort. We really need these armor pieces to count. Even if we can make a shitload of them, each piece of the... What am I doing? Why am I drifting? Each piece of the shitload needed to count. Oh, I want to get up here and just watch over the battlefield like a deity. I am nervous. Oh my god, he saw me. Oh, he terrified me. Well, I guess we'll move on to a bit of its service history, where the Sherman first saw battle, again with the British. The Shermans were given to the British under a Lend-Lease program to assist them in the North African campaign, where I believe it was Operation Torch. The British and overall the Allies were fighting the Axis about 100 miles northwest of Cairo. Was a port that was taken over by the Axis, and the British launched a assault to recapture the port. I can't remember the town off the top of my head anymore. Well, I think we got it. The Sherman also saw service with the Soviet Union under Lend-Lease. About 4,000 were given to the Russians, but on Russian records, only about 3,000 actually made it. 1,000 were lost on transport to German U-boats or ambushes along the way. And the Sherman was actually so predominant in the Soviet Union that there were actually entire tank companies that only used the M4 Sherman. Specifically, they had the M4A2 diesel Sherman with the 76mm cannon. That was the one they had the most of. There we go. I took out his gun and then he turned around and I was like, well, buddy, just show me your side. Oh, never mind. Oh my gosh, that is super bad. Yep. Oh my gosh, we burnt down. We are the original M4. We're not the A1 or the A2, which is what was, this is a great segue, which is what was highly regarded about the M4A2, was that the A1 and later variants had what was called a wet storage, where the ammo was stored in watertight containers to keep them from bursting in a fire, or to keep them from catching fire, which was highly regarded with Soviet crews because the T-34 had dry storage, and that was a very large problem where any fire in the cabin was extremely dangerous, extra dangerous, because if it got anywhere near the ammunition, it could heat it up and cook it off and cause the entire tank to explode with its entire ammo capacity. Whew. I was like, do I go for his gun or do I go for the... Oh, was there another one? Oh my gosh, I didn't see him. Oh, he's a fast... Oh, it's the M24. He's a fast little guy. In the Pacific Theater, with the Americans, the battle really was a air and naval battle. So the Sherman and armored warfare really was a secondary concern. But it still saw a decent amount of warfare when there was island sieges. And also, in the mainland China campaign, about 100 M4s were given to the Chinese in India, where they helped fight the Japanese in the Indochina conflict. I knew he was going somewhere. I was waiting for him to peek that. Whoa. Is that another tank? Yep. Oh, he missed! Took out the main gun, and so he's just dead in the water. There we go. Oh, I hit ammo. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see if we can get one more decent, okay-ish game in with the M4. And we'll talk a bit more about its after World War II service. One of the later models, the M4A3E8, dubbed the Easy 8s, were used in the Korean War, and they were the main tank force of the Korean War. They had less of a tank-on-tank role as they faced less armor in battle, and they primarily held a artillery role. Where in the Korean War, the M4A3E8 was pretty much considered weaker versus the Pershing and Patton, which just had larger armament, stronger guns, but the light maneuverability and rough terrain advantages that the Sherman had, it was just considered all around superior. See? Hi. There's 4 of them. What is he doing? Whew. There we go. Yeah, let's blast that gun off. There we go. Whew. Oh, he took out my gun. How long do I got? 28. Yee. Hello. Goodbye. How are we doing? 6? 6 ain't too bad. There we go. Oh. Uh-oh. Hey, little guy, did you not see him? Whatever that little thing was, Cappy? Oh. Gracias. Oh, I deleted it. Okay. Hey, best squad. I got third. Well, everyone, that was the M4 Sherman, America's copy-paste poster child of World War II. If you liked the video, please consider leaving me a like, a comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys would like to see me do next time. That's all for me, and peace.